Hi everyone, I'm Shay Murray, one of the naturopaths from the Lucy Rose Clinic, doing this week's Facebook Live from the Isle of Arran in Scotland, where I'm studying some advanced herbal medicine, and I can't wait to come back and share that extra knowledge with all of you. So today's topic is boosting your defenses from the inside out, so supporting the gut immune connection. Right. If you feel like you're always catching bugs, um, if something's going around, you always get it. You're struggling with fatigue, allergies, slow recovery. Your gut might be trying to get your attention. From a naturopathic perspective, the immune system doesn't start in the lymph nodes or white blood cells. It starts with your gut microbiome. So let's start with the basics. Now, between 70 and 85% of your immune cells live in your gut. So the gut isn't just about digestion. It's a training ground where your immune system learns what's helpful, what's harmful, what's neutral. And if we're prone to getting lots of illnesses in a row, it really does wipe out all that protective bacteria. So the gut bacteria and immune cells interact constantly, sampling food, bacteria, and viruses, deciding how to respond. When the gut tissues are inflamed, leaky, or out of balance, the immune system goes into panic mode, which drives inflammation, causes you to react to previously harmless triggers, and makes you more vulnerable to illness. So how do you know if this internal connection needs support? So here are a few telltale signs: recurring colds and flus, and recurring viral infections, allergies, eczema, asthma, food sensitivities and bloating, autoimmune flare-ups, fatigue, poor recovery, frequent UTIs and sinus infections, things like thrush, mood swings, anxiety, or wired and tired feelings. These are all flags that the immune system is working hard and not efficiently, and the gut microbiome is often the missing link. So let's talk practical tools. Feed the good guys, right? You don't need a complicated supplement regime. You don't need to be on heaps of different things. There's so much you can do. Food is medicine. Um, food can be our medicine. So our microbiome is made up of trillions of good bacteria. They thrive on things like leek, garlic, onions. Contain a really good prebiotic fiber. Cooked and then cooled rice or potatoes, ground flax seeds, chia, hemp seeds, Jerusalem artichokes. These are delicious. You want to aim for a minimum of 30 grams of fiber a day to help keep your diversity high and inflammation low. Now that also includes cutting the sabotages. So sugar, refined carbohydrates, they feed the bad bacteria, or sometimes referred to as the opportunistic bacteria. Chronic stress. So going back to last week's topic, ensuring you're getting your breath and your mindfulness practice in. Stress literally shrinks or depletes the good flora in our gut. Medication. So frequent antibiotics, anti-inflammatories, anything like that should all be used mindfully. Antibiotics can be really important, but afterwards you want to also make sure that you build your microbiome back up again. And it's always a good idea to work with a health professional at this point to make sure you're getting exactly what you need. Minding your minerals. So zinc and selenium are essential for gut lining integrity and immune regulation. So zinc especially is often low after infection and stress. Good dietary sources of zinc include pumpkin seeds, oysters, beef, legumes, selenium, Brazil nuts, sunflower seeds, seafood. So using food as medicine is really important here. Fermented foods like sauerkraut, good quality yogurts, they should be sugar-free, coconut yogurt, dairy yogurt if you tolerate dairy, kefir, which is like a fermented milky drink, it's quite delicious, kimchi, can all help reintroduce diverse microbes. But start slow, especially if your gut is sensitive. Bone broth, cooked vegetables, warming spices like turmeric and ginger, or support gut lining repair and soothe immune reactivity. Supporting the mucosal barrier, right? So that is a fancy way of saying like the lining of the gut. Yep. So slippery elm aloe vera juice will help strengthen the mucosal lining, which is your first line of defense. Peach leaf tea, which is a great source of glutamine. Glutamine is really important as well. But again, talk to a practitioner before supplementing, especially if you have autoimmunity or are on if you are on required medication. We can't talk about immunity as well without talking about stress. We'll find a way to put it in each week. Chronic stress raises cortisol, which thins the gut lining, reduces secretory IgA, which is your gut's protective coating, and suppresses immune function. So you might notice you always get sick after a stressful event. It's not a coincidence. Mindfulness, breath work, right? If you want to know more about that, check out last week's Facebook Live. Slow meals, laughter. When was the last time you laughed? Joy, rest. They're not indulgences. They shouldn't be rarities. And they're medicine for us. They're medicine for our soul, medicine for our gut. You're not just feeding your microbes with fire, you're feeding them with your emotional state. So, we are heading into cold and flu season. So be mindful of that. Take some extra care of yourself. It's cold, it's miserable. Lots of lovely soups. Warm lemon and ginger tea to start the day. Eating protein-rich food at every meal. Okay? Protein helps increase antibodies. Prioritize sleep. Okay? Even an extra 30 minutes will help boost your immune resilience. Move daily. Gentle movement like walking helps with lymphatic drainage, lymphatic clearing, and reach out for a practitioner if you would like specialist, individualized advice for additional herbal support. And the gut immune connection, it's not a trend, it's your body's reality. So every time you nourish your gut, you nourish your immune system. Come back to center, back to food, fiber, breath, sleep, connection. And if all of that sounds overwhelming all at once, just start with one thing. Maybe it's adding a tablespoon of flax to your breakfast, or doing 3 deep breaths before a meal. Small things done daily can change everything. So thank you for being here today. And let us know in the comments, what is one habit that you have been doing to improve your gut and immune health?